All right, in this episode, I'm going to break down the three most important video content strategies that you should be leveraging to help influence and engage and convert your niche HCP audience. And welcome to the Engaging Niche HCP podcast. I'm your host, Jason Fair. And at the end of this video, if it's helpful, please hit the like, hit the subscribe button. But before I get into these three top video content strategies that you should be leveraging for sales and marketing, I wanted to start with the mindset that you should have before, and I'm going to start my timer here because I want to make sure to be efficient. Before I get into the three strategies, I wanted to share and start with what sort of mindset that you should be incorporating for your video content strategy. Okay, so the big thing here is think of your organization, your company, and I know we're focused on biotech, life science, genetics, genomics companies, medical device companies, but the mindset for your content strategy should be around being a media company, right? And some organizations get this. I see it really well. Some organizations are just starting. Some of them haven't really started. But the thing to have in mind is, again, that the mentality, the mindset of you should be a content engine, right? You should be cranking out as much content that's quality and good and educational as possible. And a variety of different content strategies are out there. If you haven't checked out episode 12, the last episode, I actually break down what styles of videos that you should be incorporating on an ongoing basis. And I'm going to break down those three top video content strategies today. But if you want to go back to the previous episode, you can check out from Vidyard a lot of the metrics about user generated content, other types of videos that you should be incorporating. So check that out if you haven't. But let's get into it. Here are the top three. I'm going to start with the priority one because this is one of my favorite ones in the industry for HCPs, right? We always want to get the influencers. Well, in this industry, the influencers are called key opinion leaders, KOLs, and you may be already having this strategy. And if you have, that's great because you're going to want to continue to leverage it. I've got two other content strategies that you might not be aware of, so stay tuned, stick around here. But again, if you're leveraging KOLs, think of it as like a video series. And if you haven't started leveraging your key opinion leaders, I would definitely recommend you should have started this when you first started the adoption of your solution, because your key opinion leaders in your industry, those influencers, those are the ones that are actually going to help, right, grow your adoption of your solution. And again, this is the liquid gold of content, that what I call, and it's basically the influencer content that can be leveraged to grow your solution, right? It's peer-to-peer content. It's the best content that you can have out there. It's much better than your product marketer or your subject matter expert talking about your solution and raving about it. So if you can get one of the best KOLs in your industry to talk about it, leverage that. I would create that on an ongoing basis and think of it as the mindset of the media company, right? I would be cranking these out every single month. You can do it cost effectively, either through user generated content, or if you've got a key person you want to get high quality, I would recommend doing a video production agency. So that's the number one. Number two, ding, ding, ding. Number two, as I look at my screen here, is an explainer video. It's like a demo video. It's about your solution. You want to be able to share this on the sales side, on the marketing side. So when someone's learning about your solution for the first time, they can click on that button to watch your solution in action. That's one of the CTAs we talk about, is watch your solution in action. Let's get away from, right, doing the demo, booking it with your sales team, because those days are long gone. How do you take control of the buyer's journey? Well, unfortunately, we're not in control of the buyer's journey anymore. It's the customer. Well, how do you spoon feed your customer and let them learn about your solution in the easiest way? Well, that explainer video, that demo video, we do this all the time and you can think of this as a training video too, per se. So it's like, if you have labs that you're trying to educate your target audience, that's one way to do this. If you have a quick, 60, 90-second solution video, that's a great way to do it. As I mentioned, the lab videos, those are a little bit longer, but it's going to help explain specifically the features, the benefits you're solving for that specific, specialty, right? So the thing to think about when you're doing these explainer videos, I've been scoping these out for many years now, is the problem, agitate, solve solution. So when you go through and reach your niche HCP audience, doesn't matter who you're trying to reach, think about how you can address the problem they're having, because they're going to be engaged once they watch that video. Hey, this solution's talking to me. That's my problem. You agitate it, and then boom, you have your solution. So that's a scripting format. It's tried and true. I didn't make this up. Companies have been leveraging this, and storytelling has been leveraging this for many, many years now. So when you go through, and if your solution is obviously solving a solution for a challenge, for a problem, for a niche HCP, think about that when it comes to a scripting format: problem, agitate, solve. The third and final video isn't a video. It's kind of a video, but it's really a content strategy as well. So when you're creating long form content, that's the number 3 content strategy you should be leveraging for your video strategy. Is long form content can be a webinar series. And I know if you're already creating a webinar series, continue to crush it. But where I see a huge opportunity at is on YouTube. So YouTube recently launched a podcast. So it's not an audio podcast, right? This is YouTube. So it's a video podcast. I've been talking with clients for the last 6 months about it. Several clients have started adopting this for their content strategy. But the great thing about this long form content is you can obviously leverage it on YouTube, but you can extract that audio and you can leverage it. So it's a great way to create that long form content, and then also create that ongoing demand for your customers to tune in when you start posting this every Tuesday, let's say at 8 o'clock, right? It creates that television series kind of experience. You push that out. And honestly, a lot of niche HCPs are gravitating towards some sort of podcast, right? And whether that's on YouTube or obviously on any, podcast broadcast, you can do that. But that's a great way to repurpose that long form content to leverage for your content strategy. So the great thing about using YouTube, for example, is you can create that playlist. They can create multiple podcasts every single week or every single month. And then you're creating that binge experience. So when your niche HCP is starting to go down the rabbit hole to learn more about your solution and about how it could be a game changer for their patient care, for their workflow, for the lab, they can learn more about your solution. So those are the 3 top video strategies that you should be incorporating for your marketing, but also for your sales team, right? They can be leveraging a lot of these videos for their outreach. Marketing is going to leverage it for their marketing automation platform to do that, but you're building audience, you're building awareness. So as you develop your content strategy for video for the next 6 months and into next year, think about incorporating these 3 principles and these 3 tactics and strategies to help, obviously grow the adoption of your solution. And if this video has been helpful, feel free to hit the like and subscribe button, and look forward to sharing more in episode 14 next week. Bye for now.